What's up, guys? It's River Dave. It's time to sell the tune. So I figured I'd go through some of the things I upgraded on this boat and show what the next owner is going to end up getting here. What you have is a 2021 Avalon Excalibur. It's the nicest one they make. It has twin 400s on it, and it's on an extreme trailer that I upgraded quite a bit. So first thing that we did, we'll start with the trailer. Sorry about all the noise, guys. There was a huge windstorm going on outside. Anyhow, first thing we did is we added the extra step. That makes it so people can actually get in and out of the boat without having to jump up thigh high on their first step. We added the gator step on top of the trailer. Every horizontal surface that you would actually stand on has gator step on it. Next thing we did was we added an electric jack. I don't like sitting there hand cranking that, but you do have the hand one still on the front as a backup. This particular jack is one of the nicer ones they make. It has a remote control, so you can actually back your truck up. You're in the truck, you push the remote control, it goes right down on the ball. You don't even have to get out of the truck. So that saves you from getting out, cranking it down, cranking it up, doing all that stuff. You can do it all right there in your rear view camera. Onboard battery charger. That's for the electric jack, but also we upgraded quite a bit of lighting on this trailer. So if you bear with me here for 1 second, we'll flip that on. You got underglow, runway lights. You'll notice this first casket right here, which I'll probably turn those up lights off because probably a little bright to be on the camera. The first thing you'll notice is most Extremes do not have a light right here. It's actually just an Extreme sticker. We added that casket light. That is an adrenaline casket. It's different than the Extremes. It's got the angular finishes. Gloss black is the color I chose because I like that kind of blending in action. Normal Extreme trailers will have like a small dot light right there. We added that casket as well to give it that bigger kind of a DCB or a higher end boat feel to it. We come back here. Obviously we gator step the top of the fenders because people always walk by and step on them. Brand new wheels and tires. These wheels and tires have basically from Tire Man to my shop. So by the time somebody takes delivery of this boat, they'll have about 6 miles on it because we're going to go take it out and run it as soon as the weather clears, which you can hear all the doors shaking and all that from the windstorm outside. Upgraded all the caskets once again to all adrenaline caskets all the way around. You come back here, you'll see you got triple of them back here. So that'll pretty much, the only thing that we also did to the trailer is we ceramic coated the trailer. When I had the boat ceramic coated, we ceramic coated the trailer as well, which most people don't do. To get into the beginnings of the boat, since we're already back here at the transom, these boats come with a small pad about the size of the inside of this square here. We upgraded that. We took those off. We put larger pads on so the kids can run and jump off this, do whatever they want. This used to have grip tape right here. Rip that off and we put a giant deal right here so when you're getting in, if you get on your knees here, it doesn't hurt you anymore, which is, I'm a big fan of that because whatever, right? I don't like getting in a boat and putting my knees on grip tape. We also added 2 Yeti coolers with the real deal tie down kits installed by Barrett Custom Marine. Thank you very much, AJ. And as we come back around here, you'll see this boat is exceptionally shiny, a little shinier than most of the other ones. And that is because Detail Specialties did the buffing and polishing on the whole boat, and they ceramic coated the whole boat as well. So that's already done. That's actually pretty expensive to do. So we'll come around here, kill our outside lights, and we'll run up in there. Oh, before I get too busy, almost every Avalon, which I don't know why, they have like an orange peel in the paint and gel coat up here. And I had Chris wet sand and buff all that out, so it's all perfectly smooth like a performance boat should be, right? So, upwards and onwards into the Excalibur. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is a little bit of stereo, which we put a lot of stereo in this boat. I've been sponsored by Kicker since I was 21, and my only ever argument with them is I don't want to turn it into a SEMA boat where it's like a giant floating battery and a speaker. So this is a great balance of an extremely loud stereo, but it isn't so overwhelming that you got to have a PhD to run it or constantly dealing with problems. On the Avalon forums and the group pages and all that, almost everybody says you're stuck with the 6.5s. That is not true. If you look at every factory location here, we put Kicker 8.5s all the way through. Back here, you got 2 10-inch subs. And hold on 1 second there because switch places with me, Michael. So now if you back up, you're going to see we have 2 kicker 9s facing forward, 2 kicker 9s facing backwards. These are with the horns, they're extremely loud. 2 6.5s right here. Those are in the factory locations. Obviously we have 6 8.5s in the bottom. And when you come back here, you say, hey, what's this glowing hole there? What's this giant hole? Well, that, my friends, that is a speaker port. So if you come back here, let Michael show it to you. We removed the worthless fridge and put in 1 kicker 15, and that's the expensive one with the dual voice coils and all that. It's not the cheap one. So the boat pounds, but like I said, it's not overwhelming where you're constantly dealing with stereo problems, you know, like some of these SEMA cars and all that. It gets kind of crazy. You're always doing something. Continuing with the upgrades, you come back here. We added several batteries so you can party all day and all night. This boat actually has 5 batteries in it. 4 of them are right here. 1 of them is up under the helm. And then we also added, if you show this, Mike, onboard charger right there. So you just plug the boat in, set it and forget it, right? And I actually just plugged this in right now. If you're looking at why some of those gauges are going up, we've been using the hell out of this thing. So, huge stereo, lots of RGB lighting, which we'll turn off the lights here in a minute and show you that. Let me show you the helm of the Excalibur here, and then before I even show you the helm, I'll tell you why I picked this boat. Obviously, we're in the industry. I have friends with Barletta, Trifecta, you know, Bennington, and yes, even Avalon. So it really, you know, the brand specific wasn't really a big decider for me. The reason why I picked this boat is for 2 reasons. 1, I love this J lounge in the back, which Mike will show you. This boat has seating for days. The main reason I picked this boat, this couch right here. When you're driving, your wife and her friends are sitting right here. My wife sits backwards. She absolutely loves it. And the 3rd reason, it's got a real deal windshield. When you're doing 50, 60, 65 miles an hour, windshield matters, right? And obviously you can close that, much like a ski boat. And as we're going into winter here, we even have a drop-in that will drop in right here. It's like a fiberglass drop-in. Then you close that and it kind of seals out the back of the boat to keep you a little warmer at night. And then the open bow on this thing is absolutely massive. It's the biggest one in the industry for this size. I mean, you have seating for, I think, like 17 people in this boat. Every 17 people can actually sit in this boat while you're floating around. I think the Coast Guard says 12 or whatever, but we've done 14, 15, no problem. So, huge stereo, lots of upgrades, twin 400s, and Excalibur. I mean, it's an Avalon Excalibur. It's the best one they make. So, moving over here, I'll show you the dash real quick just to give you a little tour of it so you don't have to learn on the fly. This right here is how you control the boat. Here's all your lights, your docking lights, anchor lights, nav lights. Here's your RGB button, right? You can see we have the inside lights on, whatever, if you want to change colors, right? It's real super simple. Or you can do, let's see here, I don't remember how you do this. The fade, you know, you can change the speeds of it and have it dance around to the volumes and, you know, whatever you want. I personally don't care for all that stuff. I just leave it on the solid color so it doesn't give me a headache. Triple screens, this particular one, this is all your gauges, your throttle, you know, they do it a little different. Their RPM gauges are like bars that go up, their mile per hour is like bars that go up, but it does have, when you're driving, it'll display the actual speed there. Here's your Garmin, which also displays speed on it. Another upgrade, we upgraded the kicker head unit. The stock stereos and these things are notorious for problems, so we just bypassed that completely because we don't want to deal with that. Right here is your volume knob for your tower, right? So the 4 9s up top, all the way up. I usually leave them about halfway, that way you're not blowing out the entire beach, but you get a nice fill-in sound. That's about it. If you're interested in the boat, give me a call. It's 949-678-8369. Thanks.